Thank you so much for checking out another video here on Reforge Gaming, diving into Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores gameplay. You do have to beat the main campaign, the final mission called Singularity, before diving in. Thank you, Skin Tight Salmon, for a brand new membership, pushing the member goal a little bit higher. We will be having that member goal throughout the stream. It's a great way to get involved and see my extra content. I may even be playing Horizon Forbidden West on Friday night with my wife. You can do this funny... Each person has a controller, and you can both control Aloy. It might be pretty funny, pretty entertaining. So make sure if you're a member to be on the lookout for that. I'm going to end my previous stream where I talked about how I feel like this is more than just a DLC. I'm going to bring everybody over with the redirect. Make sure as you come over with that redirect that you smash the like button. Let's get in here. Now, the first thing that happened when I booted up the game is Lance Riddick's character, Silence, reached out to me and said he wanted to talk to me. They actually said that was going to happen. They said that he would be reaching out and saying something. Let me get that member goal going. I will make good on the member goal. Every 25, I owe you guys 5. So do not let me forget about that. Don't let me forget about that. I owe you guys quite a bit already. So it wants me to head that way, right over there. You can see... The Burning Shores. Meet Silence at Tilda's mansion. Now, you will see, I didn't play this game quite as completionist as I wish that I would have. The reason I came here is I wanted to test out everybody saying that the graphics had been improved. So I wanted to take a look at the water. I wanted to take some pictures and get some of the gameplay in front of people, just so they could see. And thank you guys so much for piling in the door for gameplay. We only need 24 more likes for the first 100 likes. You guys are awesome. Thank you for the strong start. Let me switch the chat to live chat. Thank you guys so much. Yes, running at 60 FPS. I am playing it. I am playing the game at on performance mode, and it's just absolutely just beautiful game. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I think maybe I should go to the other side just so you guys can kind of see my stuff over there. And then I'm not too much in the way here. We'll kind of experiment. I don't really remember where I ended up going. Actually, no. I remember I stayed over there because we didn't feel like that stuff over there was that important. That's just my potions. It's better to see the weapons, and it's better to see that meter over there. Yeah. I'll stay here. Okay, so I'm going to call my flying mount. And we need to hover up. I thought it was R2. R2 lands. And let's get to work here. Okay, so you up and down with the joystick. I forgot how to fly. I practiced the combat last night. It's hard to notice with the 1080p and the stream compression. Sure. Now, people were talking about the clouds, so maybe we should try and go up to the clouds and fly through some. Keep an eye on health. Gee, many Christmas. Oh, there's some fog over here. Is this a Superman game? Oh, wait. You can't hear? Okay. That's a sick robot pterodactyl. Really is. I'm trying to make it look good, you know? I'm trying to make it look good. This game is beautiful, man. Such a good game. Such a good game. I don't think you have as much vertical freedom here. No, I don't feel like I can go very high. How does it not have boosters? Yeah, he's a little on the slow side. I will say that. The flying in this to me was always a little bit more cinematic. The Burning Shores Island is a completely separate area. Interesting. Interesting. So maybe that's where all the people are noticing the graphical improvements. Where am I supposed to go? Is it over here? Oh, I see him. Oh, I should have stayed on my mount. I don't know if I can get over there from here. Silence is like, No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I straight up tethered to it? That's awesome. Oh, let's go over here and let's see if we can drop. Can we drop? Yo, what's up, dog?
So this is where Tilda tried to reel you in. What was her proposal? That together you could save the planet? Just as your precious genetic mother always wanted? I believe the old ones called that a bait and switch. Luring you with the promise of a vibrant new world, when in reality, it's doomed to be cracked open by nemesis and scoured of life.
If you're trying to get a rise out of me about Tilda, it's not gonna work. And if you really believed we have no future, you wouldn't be here.
And perhaps I'm just waiting to see if you can once again achieve the impossible. Speaking of which, my preparations for Nemesis have revealed a new problem. I've been searching the remains of the Zenith base for any data that could help us. In doing so, I discovered that 13 of our spacefaring friends descended to Earth from the Odyssey.
But we only found 12 corpses total, including Verbena at the biotech lab.
Your math is impressive as always, but yes, it appears that one got away. His name is Walter Londra. In the 21st century, he was an aerospace magnate, but also a bit of a celebrity. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that he's far too dangerous to be allowed to roam free. You need to find him and deal with him.
Okay.
You said you've been searching through the Zenith base. Did you find anything that can help against Nemesis?
Well, I believe our best option is to unearth powerful technologies from the Zeniths, the ancient past, or both. And with such knowledge in hand, we might be able to build a weapon to hurt Nemesis in a way that it can't currently anticipate.
Surprise attack? I like it.
Don't get your hopes up. I found a few leads, but nothing concrete. It would be a long search, I fear.
So Londra made his fortune by selling spaceships?
Not exactly. He built ships and drones that could mine near-Earth asteroids for rare metals, generating untold riches.
I'm starting to see why you're worried.
Indeed. Thanks to us, he no longer has access to the Odyssey or the Zenith base, but he likely has extensive knowledge of potent old-world technologies. As such, he represents both a threat and an opportunity.
You think he might know about something that can help with Nemesis?
It's possible, yes.
You said Walter Londra was A bit of a celebrity. What does that mean?
Although he made his money in aerospace, he put vast sums into the production of holographic entertainment. In fact, his wife was a famous actress. The two of them were often featured in tabloids and other media.
Tabloids.
A type of news outlet that tracked the personal lives of celebrities, allowing legions of fans to live vicariously through the rich and famous.
Oh. Yuck. So where do you think Londra went?
The coast, far to the south. An area racked by tectonic shifts and volcanic activity. The few Tanakh who have ventured there refer to it as the Burning Shores. But 1,000 years ago it was called Los Angeles, a hub for the technology and entertainment industries. Londra's space mining company Heaven Sent was headquartered there. It stands to reason he would retreat to familiar territory. I'll send you the coordinates. So, are you ready to track down our rogue Zenith?
Yep.
Okay, to the Burning Shores then.
Proceed with caution, B-boy. I suspect Londra is even more devious and resourceful than the other Zeniths.
Aw, Silence. If I didn't know better, I'd think you were actually concerned about my safety.
Aloy being all unkind. Here we go.
Aloy? I hope I haven't caught you in the middle of fighting a giant machine or something.
Hey, Beta, I'm actually on my way to the Burning Shores.
Oh, right. Gaia and I heard about your mission from Silence. Be safe, okay? We'll be here if you need us.
Will do. Thanks. This is it. Londra's headquarters shouldn't be far. That can't be good. Shit! Come on! Come on!
Were you actually flying just now?
Yeah, just, not my best landing.
Damn, more machines. Stay back. I'll handle this.
Hold on, I can help too.
Let's see what you got.
Alright, explosive.
See those glowing crystals?
He's weak against acid and water. Ooh, we can do chain reaction. Oh my gosh. We got a crowd going. Hang on just a minute. I feel like the little guys are going to be a problem. Whoop. I'm trying to get the... I don't think I'm getting the chain reaction without getting underneath of him. Well, he's good. Are you loving the greatness? Oh yeah, he's also weak to acid. Who is hitting me? Oh, all the way from over there? Oh, he's already down. Okay. Ah. I can't get to the chain reaction because I think it's underneath.
Let's see who takes it.
Oh, he's down.
Yes!
That was a tough fight.
Oh, you know how to hold your own. The name's Seyka.
Aloy. I could, say the same about you.
All right, chill, girls, chill.
You have a focus. So you're Quinn. You're not exactly like any diviner I've met.
How do you even know that?
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, but first...
Just one for now. I saw you before you crashed, flying on a sunwing. It didn't look like you knew about that tower, which means you're new. So what brought you here?
I'm looking for someone. There's a ruin. On the hill northeast of here, that's where I was headed.
Ruin on the hill. You mean Starlight Rise?
You know it. Is there another way to get there?
Maybe. But first, we're gonna have to do something about that tower. I think we can help each other, Aloy. The tower's not far from where my people made camp. I can show you the way.
Hold on. You said we can help each other, but what exactly are you doing here?
Let's just say I need that tower dealt with too. Come on. This way. Follow me.
If you guys are enjoying the gameplay, man, make sure and smash like. We need 50 more likes for 200.
What were you doing out here anyway?
The skip's rudder is a bit off. I was after some parts to fix it. And sometimes you just need to hunt alone.
All right, hang on a second. We gotta upgrade our look here a little bit. Let's upgrade our look. We are wearing that. Yeah, let's go with that. And also, guys, I owe you some members. If anybody gives a member, I'll piggyback off it. We need 13 more for 150. I'll owe you a bunch. Right now, I owe you 30. No, 25. Right? Yeah.
Here she is. I just need to attach this component I picked up. Hold tight.
Never seen a boat like that before.
Me and a gearhead back at the settlement roped it together. Works well enough. That'll do it. Skiff's good to go. Hop in. Oh no, not another one. Whoa. Like I said, there's no getting to Starlight Rise so long as that tower's there. Okay, casting off.
Apparently, if you play really linearly, the story's like 5 to 6 hours.
To improve her design.
How long have your people been here?
About a year, I think. We hit this massive storm crossing the Great Ocean. Lost half the fleet and our
Thank you,
bearings.
Raijin.
It was a miracle we even made it to these shores. We've been stuck here ever since.
See, I'm sorry to hear that. Just how many of you are left?
Not as many as there should be. We've had other troubles since the shipwreck. And some of those remaining aren't much help.
Sounds like you're not thrilled to go back.
Bringing back an Outlander is certainly going to complicate things. It'll be fine. Just follow my lead and let me do the talking.
If you say so.
That's it on your left. Fleet's End.
Uplifting name.
We weren't in great spirits when we made landfall.
Guys, those are 20 of the gifted members that I owe you. I'm going to owe you another 10 if we hit 150.
Okay, here we go.
When you get a chance, go to your map and compare this area to the old. Okay.
I don't know anything further. May I be dismissed?
No. You will remain here until the traitor returns. You!
Here we go.
Sorry.
One act of treason breeds another, it seems. Stealing a diviner's focus, leading a barbarian into our midst.
Where's the Quinino?
Arrest them both. Remove their focuses at once.
Arrest us. This is a matter for the Admiral, not a compliance officer.
By all means. It's true. Seyka stole the focus.
Who's the barbarian?
She's done for.
Things seem kind of tense around here.
It's not our best day.
Admiral Garrett! It's as I told you, sir. The proof is now before your eyes. A soldier dared to don a diviner's focus, the eye that reveals the legacy. But Seyka did not stop there. She brought a barbarian among us, in direct violation of Confidentiality Clause 3A. Protocol states that these...
I might be our last chance at finding our missing people, sir. Diviner Vi's focus showed me his last moments. He found a clue. The ruin on Starlight Rise. There's evidence our people were there.
Hunter's headquarters.
Now we have no means of safe passage. Not in our current situation. But she might have another way.
Remember the law, sir. Focus is for a diviner. No one else.
Seyka's actions are indeed concerning. And there will have to be a reckoning. But finding our lost crew is paramount. If Seyka has a chance of bringing them back, our course is clear. Even compliance must recognize that. I will allow it. Seyka and the Outsider are free to pursue this lead.
But, sir, if...
Outlander, I'd like a word when you have a moment.
Damn them.
You okay?
I shouldn't have said that. It's just that my sister is one of the missing. Not only that, she's our last navigator, our only means of getting home. I've got to find her, even if it means using a forbidden relic. Meanwhile, Rang and the others act like I'm the problem, when in reality, I'm the only one looking for a solution.
Look, I understand. Maybe more than you know, but for now, I think we need to calm down and just...
calm. You're right, of course. Getting upset isn't going to help.
Okay. We both need to get to the place you call Starlight Rise. But that tower... seems like it knocks anything nearby out of the sky.
Out of the water, too. It fires at any watercraft in range.
Oh, great. Well, it seems to me you've got some kind of plan in mind to deal with it.
Maybe. Between the two of us, there might be a way.
Well, you're a good fighter, that's for sure. But beyond that, I don't know much about you.
There's not much to tell. Nothing special about me, except my sister is pretty well known among my people.
You don't seem so ordinary to me.
I was just a petty officer until we ran aground. But we lost a lot of midshipmen and lieutenants to the storm and the wreck. And now even more of them are missing. So I've been trying to step up and help the Admiral.
It took a lot of guts putting on that focus. Seems to me he needs more like you.
Huh. Tell that to Rang and his toadies.
So your sister is a navigator?
More like the navigator. The only Quen who can steer by the stars without instruments. She reads the sky like a scroll. Knows every constellation by position, no matter how much it spins around up there, which means she's been an Imperial favorite ever since her first exam. One of the fleet's most precious assets. And now she's gone.
She and the others just disappeared?
After we made landfall, the hard way, the Admiral sent out scouting expeditions with the very few boats we had left. Not one of them returned. I don't know what happened to them all, but I do know it has something to do with that tower. And Starlight Rise.
We're agreed on that. Is there anything else you can tell me about that tower?
It just appeared one day a couple of weeks ago after our scout boats went missing. And it shoots at anything in the sky or sea. Machines, boats, you.
Okay, don't remind me.
I tried to get near it, but it's mounted on a tall ruin with machines all around. On the plus side, its range is limited. I've been testing it with my skiff and setting up buoys to mark the radius.
Can't tell if that's smart or reckless.
Both, maybe. I'll admit there have been a couple of near misses.
What exactly did you find on that diviner's focus?
When the scout boat sent by the Admiral didn't return, he sent our very last one to find out what happened to them. Diviner Vi was on board. They made it as far as Starlight Rise, went inland and found a camp and a bunch of equipment. It looked like some of our people went into a ruin there. Then they spotted a machine, unlike anything we've seen. Silver and gold, moved like a spider. Spooked, they ran back to their boat.
They were lucky to escape. I've dealt with those things before.
Well, their luck ran out fast. The morning they tried to sail back, the tower went up and blew them right out of the water. Vi's body washed ashore here sometime later. A friend of mine found it and let me know. The same friend that ratted me out to Rang for taking the focus. But what was I supposed to do?
I would have done the same thing. Trust me. You think there's a way to do something about that tower?
If we want to reach Starlight Rise, we have to try. I was able to approach the tower on foot, but I couldn't get close enough to shoot at it or anything like that. With the right help, though...
Show me the way and we'll give it a shot.
You'll probably want to resupply first. You can use my skiff if you need to hunt for resources. Just stay south of the settlement. The tower can't hit that side. I set up some buoys to mark its radius.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go clear my head. There's a bridge that leads to the ruins where the tower is mounted. I'll wait for you on the other side.
Hold on. There's one more thing. The Quen here, all of this. You were part of a larger expedition, right? Headed for San Francisco?
That's how you know about us. And you've seen the others, haven't you? And they're alive.
Most of them, yeah. I can put you in touch with them, but we should find your missing people first, right?
They're alive. This is great news. But yes, you're right, it should wait. If we tell everyone now, it'll just be a distraction. So for the sake of the missing, we have to keep the focus on them.
All right then. I'll see you on the other side of the bridge. Might not be a bad idea to resupply before I meet Seyka.
Yeah.
I could explore a little with your skiff first.
We're low on like everything. Guys, make sure you're smashing that like button. We need 8 more for 200. And currently I owe you 5 more gifted members. I already gifted 20. The Stitcher. No, I don't. No. I'm not in the mood for that right now. I do like the dialogue in the game. I like the characters. I think the Stitcher's like down below. Yeah, there we go. Let's get a new outfit. No. Ooh. That's like Varl's outfit. It's like Aaron's outfit. That's a little too much. Ooh. Wait, why does that only cost me 1 metal shard? Oh, I think I got that for pre-ordering. Go ahead and buy and equip. We'll just go with that. And then can I... Oh, I need to go in and change my appearance now. I forget how to... How do you change it to where the helmet doesn't show? I think that's in like the general settings, isn't it? She looks like she's ready to play football. I need a brim shrine to upgrade. Is it in general? Yeah, co-pilot. Turn this feature on to use a second controller with mirrored controls. Requires a second user profile. Oh, show headpiece. There we go. Yeah, we're looking sick now. Okay. Oh, you watch where you're going.
I mix a potent healing potion, Outlander.
Oh, do you? I don't think I need any of this. Yeah, I guess we could grab that. Take me up to the max. Okay.
If I ever saw one.
All right, let's just focus on the main quest just to move things along. Upgrading your gear at a workbench keeps it viable against higher level enemies. Oh, I probably need to do that. I've not done that in a minute because I've not played the game in like a really long time. Yeah, where's the workbench? Over here? It's...
Get me the ingredients, and
Oh, maybe it's up and back. We should probably try just check and make sure. Okay. Yeah, let's take the outfit up at least one, because the outfit's looking pretty good. Give us a bunch of resistances. Okay, that's capped. Let's check weapon upgrades. Okay, everything that's equipped is red, which means I can't upgrade it. Okay. Okay. Meet her across the bridge.
Ready for another day?
Yeah, I'm just not in the mood to deal with people like that. It always distracts from new gameplay. They want to come in flat tire chat with like super minor criticisms. I just don't play. Like, go somewhere else. You know? It's that simple. I think I need to go up through to get to the bridge. I don't think I can get to it from the side. I also have to get back in the swing of things. Like, I wasn't shooting their armor off. Like, someone's chat was like, you gotta shoot their armor off. I'm like, I'm trying, bro. I'm trying to get back into the muscle memory. Come on, girl. Alright, here we go. Draw distances are amazing. Yeah, somebody asked if I could stream at 1440. 1440 requires more bit rate and more computer, like, power than I have. Like, once we can stream on AV1, I'll probably consider doing it because it'll be easier for people to watch. If I streamed at 1440 right now, you would have a really hard time watching. It would buffer a lot. Unless you had, like, super fast internet.
Okay, maybe it's time to meet up with Seyka and head to the tower.
Aloy, over here.
What's up?
Hey, I'm here. So, how do we get to the tower?
These trails will lead us to it. Take your pick.
Okay, let's go.
So you know a lot about my people, but I barely know anything about you. Like who you're looking for at Starlight Rise?
He's a, fugitive.
Come on, that's all you got?
Let's just focus on getting to the tower.
So mysterious.
Oh! My man. I forgot they could do that. Hey!
Making progress. Down it goes.
She's actually pretty dope. Come on, look at how she's sticking with me, bro. They could put co-op in this daggum game. Come on, man. Look at her. She's an Aloy clone, man. She moves and does everything just like me. Come on now. The F is that? We discovered a campfire. Where? Oh, this direction.
The water wing. The other day, I saw the tower shoot down an entire flock. Poor things crashed into the sea south of Fleet's End.
I've never seen one before. That tower's gotta go.
Oh, that's a big boy. Come on, let's fight it.
Careful. Those machines aren't an easy hunt.
I've fought my share.
Really? Well, I always like a good challenge. I'm in if you are.
Should hit it with frost ammo.
Slaughter spine. It's a 45. Purge water canister. We can get a chain reaction. Chain reaction back there. That's that weak spot underneath. Demony Christmas. Good luck. Yeah, it's 45 and I'm a 38. Dadgum. This might be a bad idea, chat. Electric and purge water. You get back to the vendors, you have a weapon to collect. Where's the purge water thing? Is it in his chest? I think we could take one. I don't think we can take two. Oh, the other one went all the way over there. Holy frick. Music's awesome. He's awesome. I'm trying to get that purple thing. Woo! Oh no, these guys are gonna mess me up. Get up, Aloy! Oh, I missed. Oh, it was on the ground. I didn't realize that. Oh, golly. Come on! Every time I'm about to shoot it. I think I'm on the wrong element. Yep, I'm on the wrong element. Dadgummit. Shut up about the canister. I can barely stay alive. Reload the freaking weapon, Aloy. I've hit reload like 3 times. Do it! Thanks, Mama. All right. I don't want to do that again. Where's the fire? This way. Okay. What technique do you have equipped? I don't know. I don't like using the techniques because it puts you in a stupid quick time thing and all the enemies can move around. So I don't use them.
It's like a sunwing, but the crest on its head's different.
Before the tower went up, we used to see them diving off the coast all the time.
Yeah, that was a good fight. I just got in a couple of weird sequences where like Aloy wouldn't reload and I got like I'd be just about to shoot and get hit. Yeah, it seemed like building up Frost was the best thing to do.
We're getting close to the tower. Last time I was there, I didn't get very far in.
We'll find a way. Some kind of machine growth.
Haven't seen that before. Kinda looks like an egg.
Ugh! It hatched a machine.
Traps could have helped you. I never liked using the traps. Oh yeah, somebody said I could turn on auto loot. I think it was... Yeah, Paul said that.
More of those eggs.
Okay. Those definitely weren't here last time.
The sticky icky works. Yeah, I put that on him at one point. It just seemed like distance and then frost. Distance and then frost seemed to work the best.
Yuck. Those eggs are everywhere. Whoa! Big ugly machine alert.
We'll have to deal with it to get into the tower.
See what you got then.
You're hot. Make your move.
Fire and ice.
Whoa, we've got a jumper.
He's like a frog. BS. Ah.
Too many friends.
I'm reminded of all the things about Horizon's combat that I hate. Like, they never let you get a moment to, like, do anything. Like, I'm just trying to get a moment to get set, and I can't. Like, I cannot get away. I don't like that. Like, just let me get a moment. Like, that's all I'm trying to do. Like, I just need a second to reload, and you never put respites in the combat. It's just spam, spam, spam. Like, my dodge button's getting worn out, bro. I'm not fighting. I'm just rolling around. Like, there's just bad rhythms in this game. Like, I cannot get a break to get set and try anything. I'm just constantly rolling. You have to weave rhythm into the fights to, like, let the player at least do something. Like, I spend 80% of the fight rolling around like a frickin' roly-poly. And I can't see anything. It's another fight where I can't see anything. I'm making virtually no headway in the fight because I'm just having to kill all these little guys. I remember fights like this when I first played the game. It was why I took points off for the combat. You don't fight. You just constantly run. Run, dodge, run, dodge. Oh, it's my turn to do something. No, run, dodge, run, dodge, run, dodge. That's all you do. I spend 80% of my time running away. Like, it's not enjoyable. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything. More trash ads to fight. And every attack is like a 20-layer spam. Because you don't use traps? Shut the frick up. Don't tell me that the fight's going this way because I don't use one element of the game. Like, don't do that. Well, if you use traps, it would change everything you're talking about. I shouldn't have to use traps to keep an enemy from constantly spamming me. Like, I've seen plenty of people play this game without traps. You don't need traps. Like the unidimensional backseat gamer. Oh, criticism in the game. Well, if you use this one-size-fits-all mechanic that I've determined is the way to play, just trying to knock that thing off his back. Wow. Like I said, like there's no break. There's no respite. I shouldn't have to use traps.
Down it goes.
Yeah. Good fight. Come on. The entrance I found is this way.
If you want to slow them down, try tying them down. Well, only in complaining. Everything else was too slow. Everything else was too slow. Every time I tried to get out the bolt blaster, she didn't have enough time to reload. I went to get out the bolt blaster, and I literally couldn't get 2 seconds to reload because he constantly spam. Look, there's not a single moment to do anything. You're way under-leveled? Yeah, I mean, they didn't tell me what level to get to, or I would have done that. They said all you needed to do was finish the main campaign. I didn't know everything was going to be in the 45s. I beat the game at 38. So I'm 7 levels beneath everything. Right? Like, I have a lot of different things at my disposal. I have 3 bows, I have the blast sling, I have the bolt blaster, and I have the spike thrower. Right? I'm not just using bow. I literally was like, oh, he's weak to frost and fire. Fire didn't really seem to do much. Again, that could be because I'm under-leveled, right? I get your argument, but traps are literally designed to give you respite. Right, but I don't like playing that way. So I've got to go down in here. I've got to make traps, and then I've got to put them on the ground. Well, I have to equip them first. Your weapons aren't upgraded? I don't have any of the things to upgrade my weapons. Like, if I was supposed to go do a bunch of extra Game Plus stuff and level all of my weapons and, like, get to level 45 before this DLC, then they should have frickin' said that. I would have been playing this game in the weeks leading up to get ready. I thought that all they said was, you need to finish the campaign. So I booted up my game. I made sure I had beaten the campaign. That's all I did. If they would have given, like, level recommendations or gear recommendations, I didn't know I had to do all that. I just thought I was going to play the DLC and have a fun time. Like, and it's not about adaptation. The entire game always felt that way to me. It always felt that way. It's like you spend the entire time rolling. It's like there's not a single moment where the enemy just, like, takes a breath and you're like, well, you're supposed to use traps. Well, what if I don't want to use traps? Is that the only way to play the dadgum game? Like, I don't like traps. I don't like having to sneak around and put traps down. I don't like having to run away from the enemy and put traps down. I just don't like playing that way. You didn't do the side missions? I've not touched the game for a year. And when they said, in order to prepare, you're gonna need to beat the final mission. And I was like, oh, I beat the final mission. I remember the final fight being a little bit like, oh, I'm a little underleveled. I think we determined maybe I wasn't just underleveled. I think we determined that I had some of the wrong, like, weapons equipped or something for the final fight, right? They nerfed the rope caster? Yeah, I remember early in the game trying out the rope caster and just not liking it because I remember I really enjoyed the rope caster in the first game, and in this game it just didn't feel as good. Like, just stop doing that, Steven. Just stop it. Stop tipping and being gross. It's freaking annoying. I don't care that you give me money. You don't have a right to come in here and talk to me like that. I've tried to tell you nicely. Quit it. You literally make me uncomfortable enough to write a twit longer in 2 years. Stop it. I don't care that you give me money. Stop coming in and talking creepy to me. We're not saying you got to play traps, but the caster is there for a reason. It's like the weapon durability argument. There's intention in the combat design. But what caster are you talking about? Are you talking about the trip caster? Is this what you guys are talking about? I just didn't invest in this in my first playthrough. I just didn't do it. Guerrilla released a video on their channel explaining that you should upgrade your weapons and armor before playing the DLC. The rope caster. I don't know what that is. Like, I feel like I have a lot of different weapons. That's what's always so confusing to me. I feel like I got in the same argument with people when the game first came out. Everyone told me, they said you don't have the right equipment. So I literally spent an entire day and I got my bolt blaster leveled up, I got my blast sling leveled up, and I got my spike thrower leveled up. I went and leveled all this stuff up. Why? I wanted to have every single element. I wanted to have frost, I wanted to have shock, I wanted to have fire, corrosive, all of that. I spent a whole day doing this because everybody told me that I needed more depth in my stuff. That's what people told me. And now I'm being told, well, what you really need is the rope caster, you should have leveled up, and you should have gotten legendary weapons. What the frick? Like, I remember having this discussion with people, and I literally took an entire day. I went and farmed different beasts, got different pieces, and I leveled all this stuff up. I didn't know I was going to have to do that again. Like, okay, now you got to get to level 45. Now you got to go get all these things leveled up to legendary status. The slow mechanic in the combat is key? Right, I was slowing that fight down. It didn't matter, homie. Were you watching? Half the time I was aimed, I was in slow-mo. I'm just saying there are things that are there. Sometimes I play against game design also because it's how I want to play, but it's harder. But that's the thing. I never had an issue until, like, certain fights showed up. The game didn't send me those clues that, like, hey, you really need to start using this thing or that thing or level this thing. The game never did that. I played through the game linearly, so maybe that's what happens. Maybe you guys go and do all these side missions, so you get to the end game, you're more leveled up, maybe you have more weapons. I have no idea. But when I was playing through this game, I never once felt like, oh, I need to go get this or that or this other thing. Combat generally went okay. And then there was one really big fight in like a circular room with, I think it was the guy that I fought just a second ago. And we were just in this big circular room. And I, again, in the vanilla version of the game, I couldn't get away from him. I kept getting stun locked. I kept getting knocked down. And in the vanilla version of the game, you laid on the ground way longer. Like, the game never once made it seem like you're making a mistake or you need to invest in this. So, like, now I have all this stuff that I invested in, and people are like, well, no, when a fight's going that way, you're supposed to use traps, you're supposed to use rope caster, you're supposed to use this, you're supposed to use that. I'm like, brother, I don't understand. I've got 3 bows and 3 non-bows. I invested in what I thought was variety. I invested in what I thought would help me in the fights. Do games have to tell you everything? That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying the game has to tell me. What I'm saying is I'm pushing back on what Oscar said. Oscar said it's part of the game's design. You're playing against the game's design. if the game doesn't clue you into that and you get all the way to the end game and you haven't invested in certain things, you're not going to be ready. Like, I don't have any of the stuff that you guys are talking about. Destroying enemy components and weapons, matching elements to destroy canisters, weak points. The ultimates give you 200% damage boosts. Right, I'm under-leveled, and I couldn't even get a chance to look at the guy. He saw me, I wandered in that area, he saw me and charged me. I tried to look at him really quickly. All I saw was, oh, he's weak to fire and ice. I'm gonna try and hit him with fire and ice. And I kept trying to shoot the underside, because that was a weak point. I was like, I'm gonna combine hitting a weak point with fire and ice. And I'm 7 levels underneath. And using my little ability wouldn't have done anything. It wouldn't have done anything because it would freeze the screen, and when it freeze, like the enemies can keep moving. Wait, do they only come out if you get closer? I don't know. Yeah, like what Solemn is saying. Games usually lead you to certain weapons and tools against certain enemy types. Maybe I missed out on that on side quests. I don't know. All I know is, near the end of this game, I took massive points off for the combat because I felt like I was always laying on the ground. And I felt like every enemy just constantly spams. It's like, he attacks, he slams, he spits. And I'm like, dodge, 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 dodge. Okay, now it's my turn. Just kidding. Slam, slam, slam. It's like, bro, you have to give me windows of opportunity. I shouldn't have to use a trap to get a window of opportunity to fight. There was literally a fight like that once. We were in this tree area, and there was like a valley and 2 hills. And whenever I was fighting, just kept running back and forth. And it was like, I never got a moment to do anything. I was like, he hit me. He hit me. Dodge, dodge, runs away. And as soon as I would pull up and go slow-mo, I'd already be getting attacked again. I'm like, I don't understand. What? Adhesive spark and immobilize? Yeah, I've not even invested in traps, I don't think. Yeah, trappers at 0 out of 25. Increase the effectiveness of food and traps and the amount of traps that can be placed, including weapon techniques for trip casters and rope casters. I didn't invest in this. That's not how I play. I invested in warrior, hunter, survivor, and a little bit of infiltrator. This is how I built my character. That's how I play. And I'm basically being told that like everything that I have is basically null and void because you got to use traps to slow the fight down or you're just going to get spammed. That doesn't sound very fun. No, you don't. You're just weak. You don't need traps. I think part of the problem is I'm under-leveled. If I would have been at that guy's level, I would have been doing more damage to him. I would have been knocking armor off faster. I would have been getting my elementals would have been going up faster. I'm 7 levels below everything in the area. If I could find something, I would show you. I scanned the enemy, and he was a 45. Skills seem kind of slim. But that's what I'm telling you. I never once felt like I was doing something wrong. I was just playing and leveling and choosing the things I thought were cool. It doesn't feel like that serious of a game that, like, you gotta min-max, bro, or you're not gonna be able to survive. Don't fight them? What do you mean? I walked into this area and got attacked. I'm trying to get to the waypoint.
Let's get going.
I think I'm just on normal difficulty. That's probably why I didn't die. Because I didn't die because I have it on normal. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Room on me. I could send it to my stash.
Where are you off to?
Put it on easy? I might have to because I'm so under-leveled. Again, I didn't know they put out another video. Somebody in chat was saying they put a video up on their website saying that you were going to want to level up and level your gear up. I didn't see that video. I saw a video that said, if you want to prepare, it was like how to prepare or whatever, how to get ready. It said, make sure you beat the final mission, Singularity, and that was all it said. You have to try some of these new legendary weapons. I didn't... whenever I played Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West, I never treated it like a game where, like, I would go to town and, like, buy stuff. I usually felt like they introduced stuff, or you found stuff, right? You earned stuff.
Aloy, shall we continue?
You have many skill trees, but your skills need upgrading. What do you mean need upgrading? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Like respec and focus more narrowly on something? So basically, you didn't take the game seriously, and now you're paying for it. Yeah, you're right. I didn't take the game seriously. I beat the entire game. I went and got all these variety of elements, all these variety of weapons, leveled them all up, farmed all the materials to level them all up. But no, I didn't take it seriously because I didn't invest in traps, and I didn't play a bunch of extra stuff after I beat it to level up. You're right, I didn't take it seriously. I just got to level 38, beat the entire campaign, and leveled up an entire arsenal of weaponry so that I would have elemental diversity. But I didn't take it seriously, though. They don't look leveled up. I leveled them up about as much as I could. Like, look, that's 4 out of 5. Leveling up this thing, it's at 4 out of 5. Now, this one's not leveled up. The Hunter Bow's not leveled up, and the Bolt Blaster's not leveled up. I think I leveled them up in quality is what I did. I actually went and bought them and got leveled up versions, right? I only had so much materials to use. So I went and bought a purple Bolt Blaster, a purple Hunter Bow. Like, I went and bought all this stuff. I remember doing it, and for whatever reason, I leveled this up because I think we felt like adhesive was really helping. So we leveled this up. It's been literally a year since I played, so I'm having a hard time remembering what I did. But I remember I spoke some of my criticisms, and people were like, you're relying too much on bow, you're relying too much on this. You need to have weapon diversity, you need to have all the different elements. And it started to help because I would use this gun here and this over here and then the poison and the fire, and I would take advantage of their weaknesses, right? I would take advantage of the enemy's weaknesses, and it really started to help. And so I felt like I kind of solved my combat's weak point, right? My combat's weak point was you don't have enough diversity, you don't have enough elements. And I thought, okay, cool. So I went and took care of that, and then I felt like the combat was fine. There were a couple of fights near the end that got spammy and stun-locky, but overall I felt good until the very, very final fight. And I think, again, after that final fight, we determined that I just didn't have enough purple. I think it was purple damage. I just didn't have enough purple damage to put on her because I think she was susceptible to the purple stuff. Again, it's been a year. I'm having a hard time remembering. I think the biggest problem right now is I'm 7 levels below this area, and I didn't know that I was supposed to level up to 45. I didn't know that. I didn't. Use Valor and weapon skills more. Yeah, I have triple notch. I have double notch. I don't have any weapon skills unlocked there. Triple notch. Spread blast. Upgrade all your skill trees, not just the attack skill tree. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Survivor is at 21, 25, 24, and this one's at 13. I didn't just upgrade an attack skill tree. There's not even an attack skill tree in here. Pro tip, why not finish lunch before you live stream? Pro tip, why do you think I give a frick what you think? The problem is being underprepared, underleveled, under-upgraded, not having legendary gear, and not having learned to utilize everything the game gave you combat-wise. It's okay, not everybody sank 500 hours. That's what I'm saying. I haven't touched the game in a year. So I booted up last night. I wandered out into the wild, got into a couple of fights, got back in the rhythm of like switching between gear, slow motion, looking for weak points. And I was like, okay, I think I'm good to go. Obviously, I was fighting enemies that were either at my level or below. I don't know. I don't think I looked at their level. And so I played last night and I felt like it's totally fine. All my stuff felt adequate. Everything felt adequate. Nothing felt weak. Fights didn't take too long. So I thought, I'm good to go. I come into this area and everything's 45. So it's like, I didn't know that's what they were going to do. I saw a video that said beat the final mission. It's called the Singularity, or maybe it's just Singularity. Beat that, and that's what you need to do. Well, turns out I needed to do a whole lot more, and I didn't know that, and I didn't have time for that either. I'm incredibly busy. I'm not a gameplay streamer. I can't put in lots of hours with games because people don't watch. They will literally leave if I do that. Like, the day something launches, everybody will come and watch, and then as things progress, everybody stops watching, which is understandable. I'm primarily a talk show streamer, right? That's not a problem. I just had no idea that I was supposed to go and get legendary gear, or at the very least, listen, at the very least, this stuff's not legendary, but none of it's been leveled up. Like, none of it's been leveled up, and the only way to level it up is to go farm materials. And if I would have been going and farming those materials, I probably would have leveled up and hit 45. So I would have just been naturally stronger. And then all of my gear would have been... Because everything right now, this is a 4 out of 5 potential upgrades. These are all 1s. This is a 2, and this is a 1. So I'm pretty hobbled. And that's where a lot of the frustration's coming from. Because if the fights are a little bit faster, then you can kind of put up with some of the spam. You can put up with some of the attacks. Because it's like it's not that big of a deal. It's like, okay, well, the fight's going faster. It's taking an eternity to kill everything because I'm not strong. I'm not at their level. I've not done all these things that would have helped. I just don't have that kind of time. I just thought, I beat the story, I'm going to go jump in, I'm going to check this out, I'm going to play for about an hour or so. No. Your lack of time's not the game's fault. Your inability to have a discussion without projecting things onto me that I don't say is infuriating. I did not say it's the game's fault. I didn't assert that the game made some sort of a mistake. I've used ownership language. I know that's difficult to maybe understand ownership language since you're immature and you like to project things onto me that I don't say. Ownership language. I didn't do those things. I'm underleveled. I'm unprepared. I didn't go and do all those things because I didn't know that I was supposed to do them. I didn't say that the game's at fault. The game has an assumption about the people that are primarily going to be playing this content. I think the assumption is you're going to be far more leveled up and you're going to have far stronger gear. Your weapons are going to be leveled up. Your character's going to be leveled up. I didn't do that. I played the game on normal. There were a couple of fights that ticked me off, but by and large, when I did this, when I gave myself this variety, combat got better for me. Up until the final fight, I had a much better time with combat. I remember that final fight where we were like pushing our way to the facility and we were getting in all those random little scraps and all those random little fights. That area went fine for me. I had no problem. I remember saying that. I remember saying that in the final fight. I was like, everything up to now has been totally fine. I felt like I was at level. I felt like I was strong enough. And then the final fight, again, my memory's foggy because it's been a year. I think it was that we didn't have enough plasma. I think she was like really susceptible to plasma, and I didn't have a lot of plasma on my character at the time, so the final fight took forever. It was pretty easy to stay away from her and stay alive, but it was really hard to do high damage to her. It was really, really difficult. And I hadn't played in a year, so I'm not using the Valor. I don't even know what... How do you even do that? How do you do the Valor? I can't remember how to do it. I can't remember how to do it. Oh, do you... Oh, that's right. It's both bumpers. Yeah, it's a shielding thing. Is your armor upgraded? Yeah, I just bought the armor when I got to town, and I upgraded it as far as I could take it. 2 out of 5. So listen, you guys can learn from my frustrations. I think so far the area is awesome. The fights are infuriating because I'm under-leveled. Like, I can't get any traction, right? So learn from me. If you come to this area, if you come to the Burning Shores, make sure make sure your weapons are leveled up, and make sure you're leveled up. You know, if you're like me and you played more linearly, you're going to come to this area and you're going to have a hard time. You're not going to be able to skate through it. I honestly thought the first hour would be kind of a cakewalk, and then it would get harder and there'd be boss fights and stuff. And I kind of sensed, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm probably not going to stream that anyway, and I'm probably not going to be strong enough, because I remembered not being able to upgrade a lot of my weapons. I didn't have a lot of the materials.
Just gotta get across.
Yeah, you can't play the DLC if you don't finish the base game. Again, just a simple blog post would have been awesome. Just a simple blog post like, hey, preparing for Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores. Enemies in the area are going to be around 45. You're going to want to have your weapons upgraded. You know, you're going to want to have some legendaries. Just a couple of sentences like that. Homie, I'd have booted up this game and been like, oh, I'm going to play for a little bit. I'll play a couple nights a week. I'll go and grind. I'll target certain robots, right? I'll go get their parts and their pieces. I'll level up some of my gear. I'll hit 45. I didn't do that because I saw a single video that said, make sure that you get to finish Singularity. They did release a video though. Where? The only video I saw was one on Twitter, and it was super short, and it said beat the Singularity. It didn't have a level recommendation, and I don't remember anything about leveling up your gear. Like, what exactly did they say, Trill? Because I've had people say this to me before. They're like, oh, no, they told you. Then you go watch the video, and it's some generic statement about, like, get yourself all ready to go before diving in. It's not, like, anything specific. Trust me, if I would have watched a video that said you need to level up before diving into the Burning Shores, I would have gone and done it. Like, I can play games in the evenings now. I've shuffled some things around. My wife's been playing Hogwarts on the couch. Usually I'm reading a book. If you finish the base game, and you're under level to play for the DLC, that feels like a pacing problem. I don't know if they told us. Yeah, where did they release that video? Well, I've been playing Hogwarts. Yeah, my wife beat it. She finished the campaign in like 46 hours. So all those people that were trying to run victory laps about like, people didn't finish the game or whatever. It took her 46 hours to finish the campaign. I mean, that might be why. I mean, people are taking their time with the game. On Gorilla's YouTube page, I'm pretty sure. The only one I saw was the one where they had, it was like a, again, it was on Twitter. We got pre-order bonus, and then we have the launch trailer. Like, what's the name of the video that you're thinking of? Like, don't sit here and put that out. Don't put that energy out there like I missed out on something obvious. Like, they did, LOL. Where? I see a pre-order bonus video, and then I see a launch trailer. Where did they tell me that I was supposed to go level up my gear before diving into this? It'd be helpful if Lance's character is like, you'd need to do some work before going to the shore if you're under a certain level. There's a how to prepare one, but it says nothing about leveling. Even a simple pop-up. Yeah, but that'd be kind of a bummer, Valiant, to find out the day you expect to jump into the Burning Shores, it's like, yeah, you need to go grind and do some other stuff. It's called How to Prepare for Burning Shores. How to prepare for Burning Shores. Here, oh, it's 3 weeks ago. Hang on, let me change my audio input so I can hear what they say. Hang on. I can't see my controls.
Expansion that takes place after Horizon Forbidden West. It brings Aloy to an uncharted region of the wilds, so be prepared for new challenges. Before you take the leap, you might want a little warm-up. Climb a mountain. Explore some ruins. And don't forget to take to the skies.
Okay.
After all, it's the best way to survey the landscape. And check out the opposition. Jump off and get back into the flow of combat. Refresh yourself on your favorite moves. Make sure to check your loadout. Upgrade your gear. Put on the outfit you want. And, of course, equip your best weapons.
Okay, this is not the one from Twitter. The one from Twitter just mentioned that you need to play Singularity because we included that in the video. I would have included all this. I didn't see this video. I saw the one on Twitter.
You can time your kill shot.
And it does sound like generic advice. It's like, yeah, just go get everything ready, get back into the swing of things, which I did. Like, I booted up last night, kind of got in the swing of things. I didn't see this video. I don't know.
Most importantly, finish all the main quests. All the way up through the last one, Singularity. Then, once the expansion has been released, wait for a call from Silence. He'll tell you what to do.
Okay. Yeah, again, I think the problem is, even if I would have seen this video, I don't think I would have booted up the game 3 weeks ago to be like, oh, I got a lot of work to do. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, that video doesn't communicate what I've learned, is you should be around level 45... And you really want to max out your gear because it's going to be a tough area. It's going to be an end game area, right? It was just a bunch of generic advice. It was like, get back in the swing of things, take to the skies, figure out and remember what your favorite move is. It's like, okay, cool. You know, if it would have been like, hey, this is an endgame area. We recommend you get to level 45. We recommend that you take your gear as high as you can get it. This is going to be endgame content. I would have been like, oh my gosh, I've got work to do. And I would have made a video. I would have told people. I would have been like, bro, you better buckle up. This is going to be endgame. This is going to be tough. You're going to want to level your character. You're going to want to get all your stuff ready. This would have hit me very differently if they would have said that, because fundamentally, just disclaimer to anybody watching this video, you're diving into endgame content. This isn't just like additive lateral side content, which is kind of what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be more story, more fights, some new weaponry, right? Oh, we're going to go get to use the Zenith stuff. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Maybe that final fight's going to be bonkers crazy. Like, I 100% thought we were playing, like, lateral content. I did not know I was playing endgame level 45 content. Because the other day, when I found my character and I saw, oh, wow, I'm level 38. I've got all my gear, I've got all that stuff, all those weapons that I bought. I should be good to go. And then last night I booted up the game. I played for about an hour. I just ran around and got in some fights, and I was like, okay, cool. I kind of remember all the things that you can do, all my muscle memory. I think they were assuming folks knew based on the DLC of Horizon Zero Dawn, you had to level up to go into the frozen area. I'm level 84 and I still had trouble in that part. Wait, how high can you go? Are you continuing gameplay? No. No, I'm done for the day. I did not realize that this was going to be endgame content. I'm not prepared. I haven't been playing. I'm out of practice and I'm underleveled. I didn't think it was going to be like this. I just didn't. I've gotten in 2 fights and it's very clear I'm underleveled. I'm underprepared, and I'm just out of practice, and it's just not going to lead to a very good experience, you know? And dropping the difficulty to story so I can tear through it, yeah, I don't have any interest in that. Upgrade your gear? I don't have the ability to do that, Calhoun. I've answered you. This is the 3rd time I'm going to answer you. I don't have the materials to upgrade anything. Were you even paying attention or watching? I went to the table. I took my armor as high as I could take it, and then I checked all of my equipped weapons, and I couldn't upgrade anything else. Going and grinding for materials in order to play a brand new DLC is really unappealing. Really unappealing. I don't have the materials to level up any of my stuff. All of my weapons, I remember I bought all these weapons, and I didn't have the materials to level them. I just didn't. And you're just repeating yourself. Like, you just keep repeating yourself. Like, what, I'm going to survey the area and find a storage cache of, like, hundreds and hundreds of materials to level all my stuff? Getting materials takes a long time. It's one of the reasons why, when I bought all these weapons... Oops, wrong button. When I bought all these weapons, I remember buying them and being like, oh, I can't level them up at all. But it's like, that's not a problem. They're all purple. Like, I upgraded from blue. I'm like, well, they're all purple. Their base strength will be good enough. And their base strength was good enough. I didn't really have any issues with the game's combat, like, as far as I still thought it was pretty spammy. But I didn't have any issues with the combat, really, until that final fight with Carrie-Anne Moss's character. So, like, I'm not going to be critical of it. I just think that they should have been better in their communication, because, like, I'm a big fan of the game. Some of my issues with combat they addressed. I was really excited to dive in, and it's like, leveling only affects your health. Even at 60, you can 3 Mile Island. No, I get that. I think you're missing the point. If I would have went and grinded for materials to level up my weapons, I also would have leveled up to 45. So, my health would have gone up alongside my power in the game. My weapons would have grown in strength alongside of my health, because both things are kind of happening in tandem, right? That's something I would have done. This video that we listened to is 3 weeks old. It's a 3-week-old video. I would have been playing ever since that video hit, because I've been like, yo, let's go. I'm gonna grind every night. I'm gonna get my weapons. I'm gonna look at the materials I need, and I always liked doing that. I just couldn't stream that. It's not really exciting to watch somebody go to a bench and be like, "Oh, I have to farm these pieces and these parts," and then like go and fight those specific enemies. That just doesn't make for great content. I would have done that off stream, no problem, because I like the game. Yeah, I just didn't have time to do all the side missions, Andrew Wilkins, because you have to remember, Horizon Forbidden West came out, and I was playing it on stream and going linearly through the campaign. I think it took me, 13 or 14 parts to beat it, and I was attempting to beat it before Elden Ring came out. It was just like when Breath of the Wild came out. Like, I kind of had to rush a little bit. So I didn't have the luxury, I didn't have the leisure to be like, I'm going to clear the map. I'm going to go get everything. I'm going to get everything I can. I didn't have the luxury of doing that. Okay, so this is the original map up here, just to give you a perspective of how big the new area is. This is the new map. You can see how much I did. Like, I did the best I could, but I was trying to beat the game before Elden Ring came out. And then this is the new area. So it's probably 1/8 or 1/6, maybe. Yeah, you'd probably take about 6 of those, probably about 8 of these to build the big map. I upgraded my throwing spike. I upgraded my throwing spike, and it's a game changer. Trust me, Lono, it doesn't get easier as you progress. How big is the expansion? Is this, by the way? People have said if you play it linearly, it's like 5 to 6 hours. It's about 10 hours if you do all the side quests. You can always do gameplay in the background. You just talk about things in member stream. Nothing major, just farming little things. Yeah, generally speaking, B41 is 0. I just really struggled to do that, and whenever we've tried to do gameplay like that in member streams, people just kind of leave, and I feel like, well, if we're going to hang out with members, let's have a conversation, let's do something, and then I'll shut down. I don't like doing that. I don't like just like, oh, I'll play a game for the sake of playing the game, right? I don't like doing that. I would prefer that a member stream have some purpose, and you know, we usually lately have done a member stream. You know, we stream and we hang out for maybe an hour to an hour and a half. And you know, listen, I miss playing games, but at the same time, you know, the talk show has come really far, and we don't need to suddenly come up with a bunch of creative ways to like get gameplay back on the stream. It just isn't necessary. We play games like this on their launch date. We get to kind of sample them, you know, and then we move on. And I'm totally fine with that. I love where the stream is. I just 3 weeks ago, if I would have saw a video that said Burning Shores is endgame content, you are going to want to be at 45, that's the level of the area. They wouldn't even have to say you have to be 45. If they just said the enemies in the Burning Shores area will be at 45 and you're going to want to make sure your gear is pretty upgraded, I would have spent the last 3 weeks getting ready. I would have done that. I like playing the game. I never got to do anything completionist in it. I had to move on to Elden Ring, and Elden Ring was really big for the channel. So there was no looking back to Horizon back then. So I'm just telling you, full disclosure, people should just know that going in. You just should know going in, man, this game, this content, it's going to be tough. It's end game content. It's going to kick you square in the teeth if you're not ready. You just want to put it on story difficulty and have fun with it, that's great. I typically don't like doing that. I like playing games, right? I like playing games on normal. Lono cussed me out because I said Horizon was the worst main Sony IP. What a softie. Homie, I'm not a softie. Whenever I dive into a game day one or new content day one and I got to listen to people like you, just Like, take your old grandmama's opinion and her real wise input that if you don't have anything nice to say, then don't say anything. Don't show up on the day I'm playing something and just poo-poo the snot out of it. That's annoying. I'm like sitting here watching cutscenes and listening to dialogue, and you're in chat droning on like a whiny little baby about how bad and boring and mid the game is. Well, then why are you here? Like, why are you here? No, Horizon Forbidden West is not a PS5 exclusive, but Burning Shores is. The DLC is a PS5 exclusive. Like, I don't like that. That's always annoying. It's like, bro, I'm just trying to play the new content. No one wants to listen to you bellyache in the chat about, like, what you think the game should be doing or what you think of the game. Like, just be quiet. Or just don't show up on days like that. Like, he's about to play a game that I think really poorly of. I'm going to make sure and show up and say that. Like, okay. Like, you need your opinion validated that badly? Like, it's totally fine for you to not like a game. It's totally fine for you to not like Horizon Forbidden West. Here's the remaining members that I owe you guys. It's totally fine, but you don't have to show up on the day somebody's playing something and make sure you crap on it. Listen, I'm going to tell the same thing to people the day I play Starfield. I'm going to be like, listen, don't come in here with that anti-Xbox rhetoric. I'm just trying to enjoy Starfield. I don't want to listen to people like that. That's annoying. It's unproductive. It's unproductive. I'm going to have the same energy when I play Starfield, bro. Just let me enjoy Starfield. I don't need to hear from people who think it's a bad game. We're not going to play Redfall at launch date because I don't play 30 FPS games unless it's Zelda. So, I don't know. My loyal audience will make it this far. I know people are going to get in the comments and be like, this guy plays like crap. He doesn't know what he's doing. I don't care about that. I play games the way that I want. I hadn't touched this game in a year, and when I practiced last night, it felt totally fine. I didn't feel like I had to change my loadout. I didn't feel like I had to change anything that I was doing. Like, the combat experience I had last night compared to the combat experience I had today was vastly different, and it's seemingly because I'm underleveled. Not just my level 38 to 45 for health purposes, but my weapons are underleveled. So, you know, people can backseat game all they want in the comment section. It isn't going to make a lick of a difference when all my weapons are vastly lower than they should be. Like, they're just, like, look at them. They're all purple quality, and they're all except for this one. This one's 2. They're all 1 out of 5 except for the ball slinger or whatever it's called, the blast sling. Right? I didn't prepare for the DLC because I didn't know I was supposed to prepare for the DLC. I double-checked my save to make sure I had beaten the final quest, because I knew I had beaten the final boss, but sometimes they have, like, that last step where they're like, go and talk to Gaia or something, and I just wanted to make sure there was no, like, final step or, you know, something to go do, and I checked that. I was like, okay, I'm good. I didn't know it was going to be a level 45 endgame environment. Lesson learned. Hopefully that helps other people enjoy the game. Your quality's fine, the upgrade level isn't. That sucks. I didn't know. I remember going and buying all these weapons. I remember people telling me my loadout wasn't diverse enough. I have a very distinct memory of, okay, and we went and we bought a bunch of weapons, and I didn't have the materials to upgrade them, but they seemingly made a huge difference in combat almost immediately. I was like, oh wow, being able to hit something with what they're vulnerable to, it makes a big difference. The only fight I remember near the end game really not going well was the Carrie Ann Moss fight, and I think it was because I just didn't have enough plasma. She was like really susceptible to plasma. Maybe you're able to buy upgrade materials. I just don't know. This stream shot in the leg. It's over. I can't go and do all that. If I go back to an NPC and do all that, we're 2 hours in. I mean, people got to see the opening. People got to see the first couple of fights. The one really big fight by the fire pit went really well. It went slow, but I assumed that it should go slow because it was such a big robot. I thought, that's why it took so long. but then when we got into that frog fight, I was like, this is awful. I can't do anything. I just felt like all I did was run away. No, we haven't tried Haven. That game, I think, gets a little bit weird because it's co-op, but you go back and, like, romance each other and stuff. I ended up not playing it when I saw that you were going to, like, the characters were going to go back to base and, like, get romantic. Like, there was, like, romance options. I was like, I don't need a video game for that. I think you're being too hard on yourself. Well, I'm just accepting the fact that, like, I mean, I guess if I watched the video that Troll told me about, I suppose I might have thought, oh, maybe I should go level up all my gear. But if you haven't touched a game in a year, I have no frame of reference. Like, I don't know how good or bad these weapons are. So when I played last night, I was like, everything seems to be dying pretty quickly. I fought some pretty big guys. There was 3 guys protecting a big guy, and he had like this big circular thing in his stomach. And the fight seemingly went fine. It went fine. I was like, okay, I'm good to go. I didn't feel like I was, bad or weak or not able. But again, I was in an area outputting damage that was probably adequate for the fight. When you start fighting level 45 characters and all your gear is sitting where mine is, every fight's gonna take an eternity, and then you're just gonna burn through your materials making ammunition. Recently played Horizon 1 on PC, fantastic game. Can't wait for 2. Yeah, they definitely improved the combat. Like, I definitely didn't feel like I was getting stun locked. I got stun locked like one time in the one fight, and obviously anytime you get stun locked is irritating, but it only happened once. In my first playthrough, I felt like it happened all the time. That video was trash. No offense to Trill, but offense to Guerrilla Games. It was extremely generic advice. Is he under level for the DLC? I am. A big criticism for Frozen Wilds is we were OP, maybe swung too hard back in the other direction. Well, I'm just going to say it one last time. They just should have made a video where they said, Burning Shores is considered endgame content. The enemies will be at level 45 when you first arrive. Prepare accordingly. And I would have booted up my game and I'd have been like, I'm 38. I've got work to do. They probably would have also said, upgrade your weapons. Well, that's exactly what I would have done. I would have spent, because the video is 3 weeks old, I would have spent 3 weeks leveling my weapons and getting to 45. And today would have gone much different, right? Sure, I wasn't using traps. Sure, I probably would have got annoyed with the spam, but they would have died probably twice as fast, and so it wouldn't have mattered. When the guy takes forever to die, it makes that rhythm worse. It's like, this fight's not supposed to last this long. This guy was supposed to be dead 3 minutes ago, So I'm bummed because I like the game and I was looking forward to feel like the combat changes, but you can't feel the combat changes when you're 7 levels below everything. It just isn't going to work. And it's just one of those oversights that, I'm not going to be too hard on them, but it's an oversight. Upgrading weapons is pretty easy because you can create quests to do it. Yeah, I remember not doing it because we were trying to finish the story before Elden Ring came out. So I remember buying the weapons and being like, I don't have time to go grind all this material. Let's just finish the story. To be fair, Lono, in my log, it states the quest level is for 38, so he should be good at face value. That is kind of funny that I'm on pace, because look, if we go down to, see, I agree with Valiant more than ever now. Singularity is a level 35 quest, man. Come on, bro. The final quest that I'm supposed to beat to play this is level 35. Why do you have enemies in the area at 45? That doesn't make any sense. That genuinely seems like a bad design choice. Was the enemy an apex level? Oh, homie, I don't know. You can just turn down the enemy level if you want. Well, sure, but I don't like doing that. I don't like messing with the settings. Like, I just typically play games at normal. That seems kind of weird. That the 35, and then this is 38. And then I don't think there's any enemies in the area for me to check. I could backtrack and see what level those guys were. I'm pretty sure we scanned a couple enemies. Wait. Somebody sees me. Ah. He's a 13. I'm pretty sure the frog... Yeah, I'm pretty sure the frog was 45, and so was the real big guy. At your level, they're expecting 3 to 4 tiers of gear. Right. You know, it's... there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do other than chalk it up as... I just didn't have enough. I didn't have enough info. I would have, like I said, for the past 3 weeks, I would have really enjoyed that. I really would have. I would have been booting up the game. Matt has been playing Hogwarts, man. I would have played. You know, I've just been reading books. I've just been chilling on the couch, feet propped, reading a book. I'd have been grinding Forbidden West, man. I would have. You know, I didn't know. You know, I would have, because I really like the game, and I would have spent that time getting ready. I envision this being more of like lateral content, like, hey, let's go over and enjoy this, you know, these new missions and these new quests and these new enemies. I didn't know it was going to be, you know, an end game environment, because sometimes DLCs are not end game. They're not. They're just more lateral than vertical. Oh. Huh? Well, I'm not. Apparently, I was supposed to spend the last 3 weeks preparing. None of my stuff's strong enough. Like, all my weapons are too weak. So last night when I practiced and it felt fine, I was in an area that was, like, sort of at the level of my gear. The area that you go to, like, the enemies are stronger, so all my stuff's just weak. It just isn't. It's not. I'm not having a good time because of that. Would upgrading your gear make that much of a difference? I mean, I don't know, Cujo. I would think so. Because think about it, Cujo. The weapons that I'm carrying, you can level up 5 times. Most of them haven't been leveled up at all. They're all at level 1. They can go up to 5, and they're all at level 1. One of them was at level 2, and I took the ball slinger up to 4 out of 5. So... They wanted you to do side quests. I'm level 50 and didn't beat it. Yeah, as a streamer, I just didn't have time for that. I was trying to get through the story because Elden Ring was coming out. I didn't have the luxury of doing all of the side quests. The same thing happened in Ragnarok. I didn't have the luxury of doing all of the side quests. If I would have, if there was like DLC for Ragnarok, I'd probably be facing the same problem. I just wouldn't be strong enough. I wouldn't have enough upgrades on my stuff, you know? So, Eugene says his gear is really behind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my gear is really behind, because I felt like I was shooting, you know, when you play a game and you're shooting a skull enemy and like their health moves teeny bit by teeny bit by teeny bit. That's what I felt like I was doing. He doesn't have coil slots either. Yeah, lesson learned, if you played this game like me, and you primarily just went through the campaign, and you didn't do a lot of that investment or side quests, and you're in the 35 to 38 area, and your gear's not super maxed out, you're gonna you might have a difficult time with Burning Shores. I don't think it's designed for folks at my level of investment and commitment is not lining up with Burning Shores. So I'll send a tweet and just let folks know, like, hey, You know, you should probably be in the 40 to 45 range and make sure your gear's leveled up, because I was 38 with guns that I didn't invest a lot in, or weapons, I'm sorry, that I didn't invest a lot in, and Burning Shores is just out of my reach. You could drop enemy down to story level. I just have never liked doing that. I've never liked doing that. My kids, I typically do that for my kiddos. You know, I put everything on story. In Ratchet and Clank for my son, I've always liked doing normal. That's just kind of I feel like I'm not really playing the game if I drop it below normal, you know? So, you love side quests, you didn't have time to progress the character? Yeah, I love side quests. Like, I've done literally every single thing that you can do in Ghost of Tsushima. I've done everything, and now I'm slowly working on the map. Like, I'm getting all of the question marks. You know, is it a pride thing? No, it's more of a function thing. Like, I don't feel like I'm playing the game as it was designed. It's like I'm playing some non-version. It's like it almost feels like you're just watching a cutscene. It's so easy, you know? Now, maybe not in this game, because it would probably still be pretty tough, because the enemies are pretty crazy. You know, I don't know. But I'm not a gameplay streamer, so there's nothing to do here. If I'm going to play a game on the couch while my wife plays Hogwarts, I'll play Ghost of Tsushima. I'll start chiseling away at Ikishima. You know what I mean? Like, you guys know how much I love Ghost of Tsushima, and I haven't even completed that game. I just don't have tons of time. I don't have tons of time for games. I just don't. Because some of the times I'm reading on the couch for personal studies, but other times I'm preparing for, you know, a session that I'm leading on Fridays. You guys call it book club. Or, you know, I'm trying to come up with some of my own things. So, you know, obviously I'm irritated and disappointed, because I would have enjoyed getting a lot further and doing a lot more than spending 45 minutes kind of like, you know, breaking down what happened. But I would hazard a guess that most of the people that dive into this aren't going to have the problem that I had, because between last year and this year, most of the people that are signing up to jump into Burning Shores, they're probably just stacked to the rafters. They did side quests, they upgraded their weapons, you know. I didn't do those things because the content came first, and we immediately jumped to Elden Ring, and we were doing Elden Ring combined with like talk shows, and there was just no room for me to like chill out, you know, and play games. There just wasn't room for that. I'm on hard. I think I'm going to do some weapon leveling. Take a look at one of my favorite games. Yeah, I'll just end on that note. That's my recommendation, is do some grinding. Get your weapons leveled up before starting Burning Shores. You'll have a much better time. It's end game content. It's tough. As far as I can tell, it's good. The environments were cool. The enemies looked really cool. That frog was dope. He was spammy. The game is just spammy. If you like that, then you're not going to care. I don't like the spamminess. I could have gotten over it if I wasn't so weak. So, no members. I mean, it's almost 2:20. I've got work to do, so I don't really have time for members today. I mean, we probably could do a little 30-minute thing. We probably should do members because we got so many today. Hang on. I can give you guys like 40 minutes just because I need that. I want that to hit people's feeds. We got almost 150 members today. Wednesday. Even if we only hang out for 40 minutes or so, when we get that many new members, I like hitting their feed and just being like, hey, here's what's going on. Here's what we're doing Friday. You know. It's late. It's 2:30. Yeah, I know, but we've been ending earlier and earlier. When we get this, if we didn't hit this many members, I wouldn't do it. Right? If we didn't have this many members today, then I wouldn't do it. But we hit close to 150 members, so it feels kind of foolish to not to not do a little something. Again, even if it's only like 30 minutes, just to like do like housekeeping, to be like, hey guys, here's what's going on, you know. All right, let's go hang out for a little bit. All right, let me set up redirect. Now's a great time to become a member or gift members, guys. Before we head over. They said they updated to like membership positioning. Great hanging out with you guys. Yeah, you too, Bristol. Wish you could have gotten one. Yeah, I mean, you guys could try another buzzer beater and get 12 members really quickly and see if you can't get Bristol in here before we go. Lord, the whole time I didn't want spoilers. We didn't get far enough for spoilers, Hex. We did not get far enough for spoilers. Tesla Grad 2 is available. Oh, I remember that game. That game looked cool. Here we go. Here we go. 5 gifted subs. Virtue, Evian, ZR, Snowy, and Just Jojo, and Tway. Man, this guy just can't grab one. That's going to take us to 143. I'll pay it forward once I get home. There's one more from Lone Wolf. 144. From Gen A. And then if we get another single and another 5 spot, I'll owe another 5. That'll be 11. If we can't get him with 11... I came back because I could tell you were done. Yeah. Oh. Okay, there's 5 from Toasted. It went to Dummy, About 75 Lemons, Tristan, and Gerard, and Bandit. All right, that takes us to 149. I get today, but Taxman hit me hard. Nah, you're good. You're good. You're good. We get one more, and then I'll do my 5. That'll take us to 150. This is always good to do right at the end, too, because when we go to members, all these people will get pings. I can't when I get home. It's all good. Oh, come on. We're trying to get you, bro. We're trying to get you. All right, there's Cardock. All right, here comes mine, and then we'll go to members. All right. Oh, Lone Wolf's going to push it. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. I just want to give you guys credit. All right, there's a 151. Lone Wolf goes to Gary. All right, here comes mine. Come on, we got to get him. 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 Come on. I put his name in chat and everything. Jaffy's Ascent to Madness, Joshua, Carson, Team Smash, and Shivam. Oh, come on. That's so rude. That's so rude when we try. That is the worst. That is the worst. All right, we got to go, though. We got to go. That's the worst when we try and it doesn't work. All right, I'm going to put a link in chat. Who are we trying to grab? We were trying to grab Bristol Manor. He's been here since the talk show. Even as people were trying to help me and I was getting irritated and I felt like people were kind of backseat gaming, even through that, like he was being real positive. I was hoping to see him get one. All right, there's a link in chat. And then we're going to redirect as well. So if redirect doesn't work, use the link in chat. If you ever can't find the member stream, come to the channel and scroll over to the members tab. That's where you find them. All right, this is going to be a member stream. We had a huge day. We had a massive day of members. So I'm going to do a shorter stream just to do some housekeeping. Just as a reminder, Madam and I will be streaming this Friday night. I think we might try and just go goof around in Horizon where we can each control Aloy. That might be kind of funny, at least for a little bit. Might be pretty funny. And then don't forget the Star Wars watch party is going to be the last Saturday of the month, the 29th. That'll be great because Star Wars Jedi Survivor comes out that week, kind of a Star Wars themed week. Maybe we'll even have her play Star Wars on Friday night. That could be really fun. Maybe start we don't necessarily need co-op games, but maybe just games where we could take turns and make fun of each other. So if you're a member, get in the Discord. It's linked below in the description. I'm going to end the gameplay stream with Horizon Forbidden West and bring everybody over.